So, yep, this is what it's looking like right here. So, the 4 cheeses garlic bread is going into the oven, and we'll be right back after. So, this is the Valentine Eve dinner, which is Thursday night dinner, which is this is a homemade. So here's the ingredients for my. I'm doing a shrimp, veggie, um, what would it be? Alfredo, I guess. But anyway, these are the shrimp right here. I cut them up. These are the shrimp, and everything is seasoned. These are my bell peppers, green bell pepper, onion, red bell pepper, and orange bell pepper. You could go back in the other video in my short to look at when I was cutting up. So this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna let this marinate, and I'm gonna add mushrooms to it, and I'm rinsing down my mushrooms before I add it over here. So yes, I'm rinsing the mushrooms down. I'm going to rinse them down, and then I'm going to put them, what I'm going to do is put them over and let them marinate with the rest of this, but I'm going to drain them right now. I'm going to put them here and let them sit in the bowl and drain. So yes, I'm going to use this country crock to put over into the frying pan, where I'm going to, just a little bit, where I'm going to, just a little butter. And I may not even use the olive oil because I'm using the butter. I'm going to put this, and let me do this. Yes, and I have the water running. And I'm going to take the mushrooms right here, and I'm going to, they drain, see? They drain. And I'm going to dump them over into here. So everything is here in the pot right here. So again, though I cut my shrimp up and I have my mushrooms, so everything is going to marinate together before I put it into the over to the hot heated buttery pan. So this is, everybody fix their Alfredo noodles different. So yeah. Here's my seasonings that I'm about to use with my, what I'm fixing a shrimp Alfredo, of shrimp veggie Alfredo. And so here's, I'm about to dump this over into the pan. The pan is nice and hot, and here's the veggies and the shrimp. Everybody fix their Alfredo different, you know. I'm doing mine different, and everybody else fix theirs different. So I'm gonna let that stir this up, and I'll come back. So this is what it's looking like. So again, this is going to be a veggie shrimp Alfredo, and I'm going to saute this, cook this up, and then I'll come back with the other ingredients that I'm using with my Alfredo. I'm going to use some, well, I'm gonna show y'all some heavy whipping cream and cheese and everything, and make a homemade Alfredo. So these are my seasonings. I already used those there, and I'm about to use the oregano here. Sprinkle some of that over here. So I'm adding my seasonings. I'm going to use black pepper. I'm going to use black pepper. Put some of that. Dap a little bit of black pepper over it. And then my last one, I'm going to use some curry powder. Just a little slight. And then I'm going to stir it all up. That's what I'm about to do. So like I said, this is a veggie shrimp Alfredo. And I'm going to let this cook on up, steam up good. And then I'll make my homemade Alfredo sauce. Yep. So this is for Valentine Eve dinner. Yep. These are my ingredients here for my homemade Alfredo sauce. So these are my ingredients right here. So this is the result of the cut up cheese and the cream cheese right here. So I'm about to put it over into the homemade Alfredo sauce. My homemade Alfredo sauce. This is what I'm about to do. This is what is going on with the leftover from the when I sauteed the shrimp and everything. So you know, have y'all ever heard of burning the curry? So this is similar, and I'm going to do my homemade Alfredo sauce with this right here. Y'all see how it's going to turn out. So I'm gonna come back. These are my ingredients here for my homemade Alfredo sauce. So these are my ingredients right here. Okay, so I'm shaking the whipping cream and I'm going to pour this into here. So this is my homemade Alfredo sauce, and this is how it's looking. So I'm making this homemade, and then I'm going to add this too. So I'm stirring it in before I add the cream, Philadelphia cream cheese and my smoked Gouda cheese. I'm going to add that as well. So this is what it's looking like. I'm going to call this a curry Alfredo sauce because, you know, earlier when I was doing the, if you go back and look at the video, you'll see when I was saying burn the curry. So that's what I'm calling this. This is going to be a curry Alfredo sauce, homemade Alfredo sauce. So y'all see how it's looking now. Y'all want to see the end result when I finish and add my spaghetti noodle sauce and other ingredients. So this is the smoked Gouda cheese and a Philadelphia cream cheese and a heavy whipping cream. So this is this here. Well, I haven't added this yet or this, but I'm about to add it. So this is what my homemade curry Alfredo sauce is looking like so far. I put a little light seasoning. Well, I put oregano and basil in here so far. But I'm about to put some curry in here and some Goya Saison. I'm going to use this little package of Goya Saison. What is that? Saison. And then I'm going to use my curry powder now. So this is going to be a curry Alfredo. I think that's going to be enough curry to make it turn to what I want it to be. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to stir it and let it heat up, and I'm going to come back. Here's the cheeses. I'm going to add it. So once I add the cheeses to this, it's going to thicken up. So this is the result of the cut up cheese and the cream cheese right here. So I'm about to put it over into the homemade Alfredo sauce. My homemade Alfredo sauce. This is what I'm about to do. So I'm going to drop that piece of cheese in there and drop that piece in there. And then I'm going to take the tray right here and I'm going to dump it. I guess it'll fall over in there. Let me see. Some of it is falling. Let me come back. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. So I'm going to let this do what it's going to do. It's going to all melt up, and then I'm going to add the veggies and the shrimp back into this. So I'm going to let this do what it do. Y'all can see the cheese, the cream cheese. So this all is going to melt. It's going to melt down. So this is the boiling water for the spaghetti, the noodles that's going to go over into my homemade Alfredo sauce, which is here. And these are the spaghetti noodles that I'm going to use here. So this is a pack of spaghetti that I had already used. So I'm going to dump this into the boiling water now. Dump that into the boiling water. So this is half of a bag of spaghetti. And then I'm going to also use this box here. So that's what I'm about to do. And then after that, finish cooking the spaghetti, the noodles, I'm going to add it over onto this. So yes, my YouTube lovelies, my YouTube family. So this is my noodles, my spaghetti. It's now done. So because it's done, what I'm going to do is pour some of this water off of the noodles, and then I'm going to stir in and put some Italian spaghetti seasoning. I'm going to put this in it. So I'm going to come back to show y'all what I'm going to do with the noodles, with the Italian spaghetti seasoning with the noodles after I drain some of the water off of it. So this is what it looks like boiling. So I'm going to add some avocado oil over into the spaghetti. Just a little drizzle. Just enough just to put the Italian seasoning on top too. So yes, I'm going to add the Italian spaghetti seasoning on top of the olive oil that I just put in there. So, I mean, everybody cooks different, so this is how I'm doing mine. I like to have the Italian seasoning on the top and going to add it into the homemade Alfredo. So, I'm going to come back with everything already blended once I blend everything together. The Alfredo shrimp mushroom spaghetti is looking like is that, and this is the plain one right there. Here's the spaghetti noodles right here that I had the pot of, and I told you all, so I left over a little bit here. I'm going to make this spicy. I'm just going to be plain without the Alfredo, the homemade Alfredo sauce. So this, I added the spaghetti to it. So this is how it's looking. And I haven't stirred it in yet. I just added the spaghetti in. I haven't stirred it all in yet. So, but this is how it's looking. This is Alfredo curry. Well, I'm going to say curry Alfredo sauce with shrimp and veggies. So this is the Valentine Eve dinner for my household, for Impress P household. So this is my quick Valentine Eve dinner, and I'm about to put some bread in the oven. So that's what it's looking like. And this is the plain one that I'm going to add some hot peppers to make it spicy.